Myself, I was a victim, a human rights victim. Basically, to cut the long story short, we were protesting for the reduction of the data price increase, or the price floor, if you could say, which has increased the price of data. So, and we were stopped from doing peaceful protest because of we came to just peacefully assemble and give a petition, which is also guaranteed in the Constitution, Section 25. It's guaranteeing your right to peacefully assemble and to also to petition. But the way in which we were arrested, some of our people were beaten whilst they were being arrested. Some of the people were seriously injured. Meanwhile, some even lost their glasses, you see. And I remember that there was one guy who was assaulted so badly. I was in the same cell with him in Kairaba, and he had a shoulder pain. I had to spend the night massaging him so that he would get better. Then they had to go to the hospital that same night at Kairaba. That's how bad some of the examples are. We're talking about torture. It's it's a serious matter. It used to happen here. It's not like something which is new in Gambia. People used to be brutally tortured in the country, and in one of the victims was talking about it. So, torture is something which we want to stop. I myself, officers, police officers from the PRU with their mask, all wearing their mask. One of them, I can still remember his face. They handcuffed me and another guy, and the officer was squeezing the handcuffs. Before squeezed the handcuffs of two other guys in front of me, and I couldn't, the human rights advocate inside me, I couldn't just leave it to go like that. I had to talk to him to say, please, what are you doing? These are Gambians like you and me. So why are you squeezing their handcuffs? And can you imagine, that's when the officer looked at me in my eye and came and started squeezing my own handcuffs and the guy next to me, his handcuffs. So, these are all things we've been through. At worst, what should have happened to us? Because these are bailable offenses. We were not, in the first instance, given bail right away because we were sent to mile 2, which I believe is another violation of the law, because there are bailable cases and unbailable cases. And there's no reason why they should be taking 23 people into mile 2, which is already full to capacity. Mile 2 is about 2-3 times full capacity. Taking 23 people for something that can be only described as a misdemeanor. The law says you have to give bail to these people. So we were there at mile 2. I felt like they wanted to silence us. And for us, it's a torture. It's a mental form of torture. So these are some of the things that we have been through. I can continue if you want. But I know we have to do something to fight it. And the only way we can fight it is to make sure that we either go to court or we work with other civil society advocates and continue to protest until our rights are respected. I think it's high time for the government to ratify the OPCAT, the Operational Protocol Against Torture. It's a convention. And when that happens, then you will see that the relevant stakeholders will be able to go to detention centers to see, one, just keeping somebody in a place which is not fit for human being is a form of mental torture. Because I can tell you, whilst we were in mile 2, if you want to take a urination or pee, so big 7, like you have to do it in front of people inside the cell. You see, there is no place where you can take release yourself, which shouldn't be. And so many other things. Even to sleep, it was like a torture because of we were inside. I was inside the graveyard shift. It's so tight in there. So anyway, by the time you wake up in the morning, your body is paining you. So, but if the government ratifies the OPCAT, and then the stakeholders are empowered, civil society, government, National Human Rights Commission, National Assembly, the relevant stakeholders, MOJ, prison or whoever, they can go around and make sure that this place are fit for human beings to be in. Then you will see that majority of the torture which is happening in detention, places of detention, will be addressed. So it's not going to be a day one job, but it's a job which